Hey guys, I'm MG, and for my birthday, I'll be looking at Stuart Little 2, which is a 2002 American live-action animated comedy film that is about Stuart meeting Margalo and befriending her. And it was directed by returning director Rob Minkoff and written by Bruce Joe Rubin, who we have seen before on this channel when he wrote Ghost. What is with these movies having writers that would be part of two of my favorite films I've ever reviewed? Anyway, why don't we stop talking about the past by reviewing this film right now? This film is undoubtedly better than the original in almost every way. Like, the action is enticing as script, especially with the plane scenes. Those moments are genuinely really fun, with them having outstanding music that perfectly creates the excitement it's supposed to show. And the other scenes like the football or car chase are enjoyable as well, so that's great. The visual effects look really solid, and are a bit better than the first film's effects, despite it still having a few dated shots. The emotional moments mostly hit pretty strong, especially the scenes with Stuart and Margalo expressing their difficulties in life, which is pretty nice. Speaking of which, the characters are somehow written better than they were in the first film. Like, I didn't care about the parents at all before, but they're kinda funny here. Not amazing or anything, but much more entertaining. George is still pretty fun, and the whole lie between him and his parents was very charming, with a lot of great moments throughout. His chemistry with Stuart did go down a little bit, but it was still solid. Snowbell was even more hilarious, and I love how he just complains all the time, with Nathan Lane being very funny in his voice acting. It was nice to see Monty again, with Steve Zahn still retaining that charm from the first film. Stuart is as likable as ever, and I really enjoyed his chemistry with Margalo, who is a really sweet new character that befriends Stuart in such an engaging way. Like, that montage was actually really heartwarming, and both Michael J. Fox and Melanie Griffith were very natural in their acting. I do wish that both of them had more scenes together, since Margalo does disappear for like 20 minutes, and I don't like how Margalo calls Stuart kid, since friends don't really do that, but I didn't mind too much, since all of their other scenes were really nice and wholesome nonetheless. Also, and this might sound crazy to all of you, but when the kids got hit with a football, I laughed so hard, and I don't know why that was funny to me. So yeah, I just enjoyed almost all of the film. That makes it very underrated. It's not perfect though. The 10 minutes before the final fight was kind of unengaging, and it's definitely the weakest part of the film. It's not bad, but it's when the fun lifing stops, and when the story is kind of dragged out, because as emotional as Stuart's scene was on a boat, it did kind of come out of nowhere, as I don't really see that conclusion of him saying he's a nobody. It kind of makes sense, but not entirely. However, when the whole plane fight starts, that's when the film thankfully clicked with me again, so that's a relief. The Falcon was also pretty forgettable. James Woods was pretty decent in his voice acting. He has a sick as hell design, and he's better than the cat villains in the first film, but not by much. And he is the only character that didn't really affect me. He's not bad or boring, but he is also not really menacing enough to be all that great of a character, unfortunately. Well, him and the new baby, who was pretty pointless. And they definitely overused the joke that she needs to say her first word. I get it, it's a family thing, but it was not necessary to say it 5 times. I also think that while most of the emotional scenes are pretty effective, a couple of moments didn't exactly work for me. Like the scene where Stuart is talking with his dad, or when the parents are expressing their concern over Stuart. Those scenes didn't exactly click with me the way the other emotional moments did. Oh well, despite a few hiccups, I had a really wonderful time watching this film, and it's a great movie to look back on because of how nostalgic it feels. So go ahead and watch it, and I promise you that you will have a great time. 8.3 out of 10. Goodbye everyone, and thank you for watching. Bye.